What's up, everybody? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, and president of the Honest Con Foundation. And today, I'm doing a little quick cooking show for y'all. Yeah, I was thinking about y'all while I was cooking. I said, you know what? I'm gonna treat them. I'm gonna give them a real Honest Con fitness treat, okay? We're gonna show them how to make Tostones, okay? This is a plantain. I've already cut the ends off. I've already stripped one of them. If you've seen them in markets and you're not familiar, but you always were curious, they say, is that a banana? It's in the banana family, but it's a whole nother wonderful thing. All my Caribbean folk, mi gente, my Latin American peoples, my people from all over the Caribbean, throughout South America, Mexico, and everything. You ain't gotta explain. Africa, parts of Asia, I ain't even gotta explain. Y'all know the importance, the power, and the love for plantain. Platanos rule, okay? Everybody loves plantain. If you ever had one and you like the taste, you're gonna love it forever. Okay, so just like bananas, when they're green, because they get even greener than this, they can be as green as a green banana, and they're hard and they're starchy and they're like kind of like a potato. All right. For anybody who's been following the channel for a while, you know I'm on a special diet, what is known as a low oxalate diet. If you don't know what that means, look it up. I'm not about to get into all the medical stuff here. I'm not ashamed of it. I share it because I want to help people who may be going through what I went through to avoid that. So if you already know about the low oxalate diet, you know why plantains are your best friend, because you got to replace potatoes, and this is one of the best things to replace them with, okay? So tostones taste just like French fries, or more like the consistency of a tater tot, because it's refried. It's like you're gonna fry it, you're gonna mash it, and you're gonna refry it. It gets nice and crunchy and crispy, and depending on how you make them or whatever the consistency of the plantain when you start will determine the general taste, because it varies. You know, it's like I say, from every stage of a plantain, from the darkest green to this kind of lighter green, lime green. I like them at this stage because they're almost starting to turn yellow. They're a little bit softer, they're still gonna be starchy, they're still gonna be potatoey, but they're gonna be a little less just bland, you know what I mean? Like the harder they are, they're just kind of bland. But the more they get ripe, they get more flavor. By the time they go all the way yellow, then they're sweetening, they're getting sweet. They're getting the sugar content in them, and that's when they're, oh man, it's a whole nother taste that I love. I love them either way, but I love maduros, okay? Platanos maduros, that's the sweet ones, all right? So, yeah, I know y'all like that. My Latin folk love when I speak my Spanish and get it right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna do that, yeah. But no, I'm not Afro-Latino, but I feel like I'm honorary Afro-Latino, because all I gotta do is get my Spanish tight, and I can go anywhere in Latin America, and everybody thinks I'm from there. So I love that. It's a real good thing, okay? You know what I mean? To be able to move around and communicate and be a part of the cultura. I love that. I like that. So you're gonna skin it, you know what I'm saying? And this is the easiest way to know that they're still good for tostones is if you can't just, with your nail, you know, you can kind of start pulling it off, but you still better use a knife, okay? When you can just pull it off with your finger, that's maduro. That's when they sweet at that point, or they're starting to sweeten, okay? So you can get that flavor. And yes, this is a fried dish. You can pretty much use any kind of oil, but we don't just use any kind of oil, because all oils are not the same in health and quality. Of course, probably the best oil you could use is olive oil. But olive oil has gotten so damn expensive that I've had to go to some alternatives that I can do. So, you know, I love my olive oil, but man, this bottle right here, $13. The hell, ain't nobody, what? That's out of control. So unless I'm just doing sauteing or a salad or something like that, that's about the only way I'm using olive oil right about now. I don't went to corn oil. Yeah, I don't went to the possibly GMO laced stuff. It hurts to even say that out loud, but it's the truth. So I got corn oil here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to shout out the brand, that's why I ain't showing the front, but I've already poured some in my pan here. I got my cast iron skillet, because that's how I like to rock, you know what I'm saying? Cast iron, baby. Cast iron. Get your iron in your life, you know what I'm saying? Stay strong, y'all. Stay strong. You gotta do something. I feel like this. Like, you know, I try to eat as organic as possible, but it's expensive, of course. So, you know, every now and then you might have to do the GMO, or you know it's got some stuff in the option. Just balance it out with more organic, balance it out with stuff that you know filters your system and pulls that stuff up out of y'all. We got our plantain, we're gonna cut them up, and I'm gonna show y'all the process. Let's go. All right, y'all. So you're gonna cut them up. I like to cut them about maybe 1 inch in thickness because they will get smashed. And don't mind that sound in the background, that's my oil. It's getting hot. Bottom of my pan is crackling. It's cracking, you know what I'm saying? You just get them like that, about that size right there will do. Now, you're gonna need something to mash them with. And what I like to use, Caribbean nations, they have these little wooden things you can mash them with. Shout out to my friends. One particular friend that put me onto that. You know what I'm saying? But just anything with a flat surface like this, the bottom of this bourbon style cup, is gonna work perfect. This is what I always use. All right, so once the oil just starts to get a little warm, I like to go ahead and put them in because it needs to soften up. So if they sitting there while the oil is getting warm, it's not the worst. Some people might cringe and say, no, you gotta wait till the oil is already hot. Well, my problem with that is when it's hot, that's like final fry. That's like after I've mashed them. So I prefer them to just kind of steep a little bit in the oil. Just a little. I mean, the oil is not cold. I definitely wouldn't put them in cold oil. But if it's just a little warm, that's cool because you know it's kind of like when you put that first little piece of something in the oil to see it start bubbling and know that it's getting hot, and then you start putting in the rest of the stuff. Okay. I'm putting them all in to do that. And what's gonna happen is as they start to fry on the bottom, then I'm gonna flip them over. So at this point, as you can see, it's reached frying temperature. Got them going, I've been flipping them over, trying to see all sides get golden instead of that pale natural color before it hits the oil. It didn't take long to get hot because I'm not, you know, like I said, you don't want to put them in just straight up cold oil. The oil should at least be lukewarm when you start so that, you know, you're not just soaking up a bunch of oil. You don't want that either. I mean, you know, the less oil, the better. There's going to be some oil. You got to deal with it. It's fried food. It is what it is. Nice while they're cooking. Okay, the fact I could even put a knife through that one, that was almost ready to pull out. Any of them you could pretty much put a knife through are almost ready. I say almost only because at this consistency, they tend to crumble when you mash them unless you get them just right. Now, some of them gonna still do that. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I start mashing. All right, y'all, it's time for some smashing. I'm about to be pulling them out. I'm literally just pulling them right out of the grease from the skillet. At this point, if you want to turn down your oil a little bit, like I'm going to do, just so it doesn't keep getting hotter and hotter while you're mashing, you want to put the oil at about half the, let's say, okay, let me say that too. It was already at half. I'm now a little bit less than half in heat, whatever that is for your stove, because everybody's stove is different, okay? So about medium heat, put it at medium heat so it's ready to go. But anyway, you're mashing, you get it so y'all can see. You're mashing, see what I'm saying? Look at that, I ain't even gotta, these are gonna be perfect. Look at me doing my thing on camera. Because usually, sometimes it sticks to the bottom of it, but they're not even barely sticking. So, see what I mean about crumbling? They will crumble a little bit, but it's okay. You get all them little bits, put them right back in the grease, you're gonna love it. It all tastes great. You know, and like I say, if you like tater tots, stuff like that, you're gonna absolutely love this, and it's way healthier, a lot more. Look up all the health benefits of a plantain versus a potato, you know. And this is somebody who was an addict of potatoes for most of my life. I absolutely love French fries, but I had to let them go, y'all. I had to let them go. So here's an alternative for if you're somebody who's still gonna eat potatoes, but you want to do something different every now and then, and you want a different flavor with more health benefits. Do plantain. join the Latin nation and so many African nations and people all over the world. Yeah, that one crumbled a little bit. Now, something that can happen sometimes, I'm gonna see if this one will help me do it. If one crumbles on you like that and you want to get it more, mash another one into it. And sometimes you can make a nice big one that stays together a little bit better, like that. So you got a lot of little mushy crumbles on the side, and you don't wanna feel like you're gonna just be eating a bunch of little fried bits. You can get another one, put them all together, and try to mash them as one. Pick it up, bounce it around, gather them up. Yeah, like that, y'all, like that. Oh yeah. And, depending on your smashing device, this is glass, so it's easily just smooth right off. That one's got a lot of different consistencies going on, so they're not completely getting together, but they together enough to be one. So then, just like that, I'll take them over to the grease. Somebody's going crazy right now because that's their favorite part. See that thing hit that grease and start bubbling. I know it's getting. Oh, my Latina mommy said, "Oh, ay, papi." That's right, baby. Get me in the DMs. Papi know how to cook, mommy. Yeah, mamacita. Papi know how to cook, mama. Mucho comida en mi casa with mi mamas. Yeah, ladies. Ladies, you wanna date some hot Latin ladies? Show them you can cook like this. Show them you can cook like this, and I hope she can cook like this. I don't mind cooking, but I love when a lady know how to cook. I actually learned this from a lady. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trinidad and Tobago. That's all I'm gonna say, you know. Trinidad. Yeah. Trinidad know about it. Dominican gals know about it. Boricua, Mexicana. Oh, y'all, everybody. All me gente. With your sexy selves. Ain't that sexy? Look at that. Ooh, pretty. So pretty. So as they cooking, you turn them over and they start looking like this. That's when you know they ready. You get them about like that on both sides. Whatever consistency you like. Some people may not like them as crunchy. I like that little crunch on the outside. That just, woo, that's what do it. That's what have you addicted to these things. You can turn your grease back up too. You don't want them to start getting, grease too greasy. You want the grease to just fry them but not go through them so much, because it's gonna go through them, but you don't want it to literally saturate them. So I'll turn my oil back up to the original medium. Pardon the vapor on the camera lens. So when they're ready, pick them up, drain them off, put more tissue or something to drain off, soak up more of that grease, and then eating all that grease. There it is, y'all. There it is. A little piece of heaven from a universal tradition in many, many Latin cultures. Shout out to all mi gente. Todas y todas. Amor. Plátanos. Plátanos, amor, amor, amor. Plátanos. Viva la plátanos. Tostones, y'all. Tostones. Oh yeah, and if you want to set it off, you can put any flavor on them really, but I just like to do a little pink salt. Pink salt. Pinch. A couple of pinches. Pinch. And you in there. Trust me. You can hear that crunch, can't you? Now, if you want a simple dipping sauce, y'all, that I found to be pretty common when I was in República Dominicana, it's basically $1,000. That's all it is. You're just gonna get you some real mayo. Use about, I mean, you could almost do one part each. You know what I'm saying? Normally, I would just wash my spoon off and keep going, but for the sake of camera, making it look cute for the ladies who watching, who judging my every step, I'm doing it one spoon at a time, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own little spoon and all that, whatever. But like, too many people, you know, eat sauces with all this junk in it, all that high fructose corn syrup and other mess. Look, you get you some ketchup that says sugar only, okay? Get you some really nice mustard. I like Dijon. This is fancy stuff. No, I'm not showing the logo because I really ain't trying to promote nobody, ain't promoting us. But then you can put in however much ketchup or whatever you want. That's gonna give it the sweetness. And then that's the 3 parts right there. You're just gonna mix that together. Whip it good. And if you're like me and you want it a little bit looser, depending on the consistency you want. If you want it thick, keep it just like it is. But if you want it a little bit looser, any of these, all of these have vinegar as an ingredient. So if you add a vinegar, it's going to loosen it up and it's not going to affect the taste. It's actually going to enhance it. Depending on what kind of vinegar you like. I love malt vinegar. So I'm going to put some malt vinegar in there. Whip. See, I ain't measuring nothing because I know exactly what I like. So you just got to figure out what works for you. But I promise you, this is it. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Get it whipped up real nice. Yes. Plantain. Dipping sauce. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yes!